This is Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa, and I'm here with a cup of decaf since it's Sunday evening. I don't know about you, but Sunday nights I get the Sunday Scaries. So I thought that I would just do a quick reading to help me get ready for the upcoming week, and thought that you might enjoy a quick reading as well. So if you have stumbled into my space, welcome. I hope you enjoy this reading, and if you do, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you'll get updates. And trust me, I'm in my soft launch phase of this channel right now. I haven't even shared it on social media yet. So I celebrate every subscriber, and I'd love to have you join. So tonight's reading is a quick one. We're going to be using the Thoth Tarot, which is not my favorite, I will tell you. But one of my favorite readers, he always uses this on the Taurus readings. I'm not sure if he uses it on all of his readings, but he's always using it. And so I was like, well, I need to try to embrace it. It's one of my daughter's favorite decks as well. So we're going to be using the Thoth Tarot tonight, and we'll be doing a quick 4-card spread. The first card is going to be what we need to know. Second card, what we need to embrace. The third card is what we need to release. And the fourth card is what's next. So just going to do a quick shuffle, get us ready for these cards. I did also pre-shuffle and select some oracle cards to go with this reading. It takes me a while to select my cards that I'm using because of the process that I use. It's a little cumbersome, so I don't subject you to that. I'll tell you about it though. I have all of my decks on these little cards. I have a lot of decks, and so I've got them split up by tarot decks and oracle decks, and I've got them spread out, listed on these little cards. And the idea was to shuffle the cards, but the cards are pretty small. So I started using dice to help me select which deck I'm going to be using. So Thoth is, it was selected by Spirit, not me. I would have selected something else if it was going to be up to me. So we are just about ready here. Just get my and then the way I split my deck is by feel, so that can be a little cumbersome too. So thanks for your patience while my spirit helps me figure out what direction we're going here. All right, so first card, what we need to know. This is what we need to know as we're getting ready for the week. The universe. So the universe card is in the Rider-Waite deck or other decks. It would be the world. I like the name of the universe in Thoth. I do like the art is different in this deck, and so I think it's that might be part of why it's hard for me to connect with. I just haven't connected with it too much yet. But we get the universe card for what we need to know. The need to know. So the universe is the beginning and the end. It's a card of completion. We've reached the end of a cycle, but on the heels of that end is a new beginning, and that is appropriate for the beginning of the week. So we may be, depending on where we're at in our individual lives, we may be looking at the ending of something or the beginning of something. Okay, let's see what else the cards have to show us. The second card is what we need to embrace, and we get the Empress. The Empress card in this deck, yeah, I'm just, trying to connect to the art here. The Empress is the card of the divine feminine. She's a card of fertility and creativity and creation. She is the ultimate in creativity and the divine feminine. And so that is something that we need to embrace as we're embarking onto this week. I resonate with that. That feels appropriate to me for this time in my life, for this beginning of this week, and for the lunar cycle that we're in, all of that. So it all feels, as a Taurus, this card is one that I really resonate with as well. So embracing that sense of creativity and creation and fertility, something is about to be, we're about to bring something into the world. And so be thinking about that as you're embarking on this week. What we need to release, the card we get for that is the Chariot. So the Chariot is a card of speed, of domination, victory. It's like a race. It's, you're the driver, and these are different elements of yourself that you're driving in order to have dominion or victory over something that in your life, so it can be different parts of yourself. But it's a fast acting card of victory and success, and can be like a dominion, kind of a domineering type of situation. So releasing those kind of expectations from ourselves is a good idea as we're embarking on the week, maybe, and as we're trying to wind down Sunday. Sunday's not over. I don't need to get into that sense of go, 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 hurry, hurry, hurry. I need to win the week before it even starts. So that might be one way to look at it. It's also a card of control. It's very important as the driver of this chariot that you have to maintain specific control over your vehicle and the both sides that are driving your vehicle in order to maintain balance. Otherwise, you're going to flip the whole thing over. Releasing that need to control might be something that we need to be releasing as well. One thing I saw in horoscope that I saw earlier today, and I didn't click on it or read it or anything, but I saw the headline is it was something to the effect of you don't need to figure it all out right now. You don't need to, I wish I remembered exactly what it said, but it's something along those lines of, you might feel like you're in a race, or that there is a finish line coming up and you have to hurry up and get everything all figured out. You don't. Just take it a day as it comes. Okay, what do we, on my reading here is what's next? What do we need to be prepared for? Well, I don't like that. It's a Ten of Swords. And on the Thoth deck, it's called, I mean, it doesn't get more descriptive than that. There's ruin. So the cards, as you're looking at the swords, they are piercing the heart at the center of it. You know, I mean, it's a card of destruction, of ruin. It's a card of ruin. It's a card of defeat, sorrow. But one way of looking at it, you know, is it's the end of a cycle. As you're going through the swords cycle and any of the suits, when you get to that 10, it's time to start something new. It's time to start afresh. So that is one way of looking at it. Letting something end, whatever it is, whether it's Sunday and letting Sunday end and the work week start, whether it's, you know, watching democracy fall like we've been doing, you know, whatever it is, if we just, we can't be in control. We aren't in control of it. We're only in control of what's within our own private realm. And if something is going to end, let it end, let it go, and then start over. So, yeah, you know, nobody likes to see the Ten of Swords come up, but that's the best positive spin I can put on that for the week. Underneath, okay, we've got underneath the deck, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hierophant. This is me. This is the Taurus. It's a Taurus card as well. The Hierophant is, you know, it represents government, the church, institutions, established knowledge. So that's underneath, driving things. Get the Four of Wands, completion. It's called completion in the Thoth deck. The Four of Wands is a happy card. It's a card of celebration and, you know, families getting together to celebrate weddings and births and, you know, other happy events. And the Magician. So another card of, like the Empress, the creation. So got a lot of major arcana cards in this reading. So there we go. So that's our tarot, the tarot part. Let's see. I've got 4 oracles that Spirit asked me to pull for the week. I selected these with my little magic dice. Spirit asked for them. The first one is from a deck called Living Archetypes. And I see this deck being used on Sacred Knowledge Tarot, another one of my favorite tarot channels. And Rhea uses this deck fairly often, and we get the Traveler. So this is somebody we can embody this week as we are going through our work week. We can embody this spirit of the Traveler and try to be curious, independent, and adventurous as we're going through our week and encountering the things that we need to take care of, encountering our coworkers and our clients or whoever else it is that we're serving as we go through our work week. If you're working, unless you're, you know, if you're lucky enough to be retired or, you know, doing in a different situation. Let's watch for the tendency for being restless, aimless, or non-committal, though. So that is our archetype to embody for the week. Then the next deck that Spirit asked me to use was a deck called The Soul's Journey, This is by James Van Prague. I don't have the book on this. I just have the deck. I think my daughter got me these cards. I will actually probably link my daughter as well. My daughter's got a channel here as well, Curse Like a Lady. So, and I taught her that. So the card that we get for the week is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So this is something that I resonate with as I observe what's going on in the world around me. I keep a pretty close eye on politics, and I have learned over the course of the last decade that I pretty much don't trust anybody in government. And so, but I can trust myself. I can expect honesty of myself. So that is a guiding principle that we can lean on as we go through our work week. The next deck that we were that the spirit asked me to use was the Wild Woman Rising deck. I love this one. I got the idea of this one from Rhea on Sacred Knowledge Tarot as well. And the card that we got for this one, this is the first time I've seen this card. I use this deck fairly often, and I haven't gotten this card until today. And it's just beautiful. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. Probably had too much coffee today. Hold true to your vision. So, and the card number is 35. So be watching for that number, 35. And the guidebook says this about the card. Only you know the sacredness of your vision, which means that you have to consult your inner guide for directions. Expect those directions to run counter to what others are doing. Stay the course, however. You can't blaze your own trail while following someone else's footsteps. No one can understand your vision as well as you can, because it is gifted to you in particular with your genius, your gifts, your vulnerabilities, and your foibles. You're uniquely qualified for the job, so go for it. When we trailblaze in the name of authenticity, Wild Woman rises. I love that. Authenticity is one of my core values, so that's great. I love this. It's a beautiful card, beautiful message. All right, the last oracle that we have is from one of my favorites that I've had for years. It's The Wild Unknown Alchemy by Kim Kranz. And I just love this deck. It's so pretty. I love that back. The card that we got is Solutio. I'm probably slaughtering the... I don't know. Is it Latin? I'm not sure. I'm slaughtering the pronunciation, I'm sure. But what it means in English is dissolution. So dissolution, that kind of feels like dissolution, like ruin. Let's have a look at what the guidebook has to say. So, and then it's also in Roman numerals. I can figure it out, but after you get to 20, I'm just like, it takes me a little bit of like mental gymnastics to figure it out. LXV. Okay, here it is. So this is what is cool about this deck, if you haven't ever seen it, is that it really goes deep in the explanation, and then it has these different ideas written in there for deeper study on the topic, which I love. So the keywords are surrender, dissolving, and formlessness. Solutio is the great alchemical operation of water. It represents the form becoming formless, that which is solid dissolving into liquid. In many alchemical texts, it's the first operation, and it summarizes the heart of alchemy, as in the axiom, solve et coagula, dissolve it to unite. For our purposes, it is important to know solutio involves the dissolving of definitions, identities, and labels. The strongholds of the ego drown in the emotional realm of water. We dive back to the beginning, the prima materia. This operation is humbling and disorienting, and oftentimes feels as though the self we knew has disappeared. Who are we now? How will others describe us? When these questions are afoot, the alchemical magic of solutio is underway. By surrendering to the waves, we unite with the primordial essence and return to our deepest self. So to go deeper, watch the movie The Shape of Water. To ponder is The Sound of Rain. And then along the sides it says, water is always in motion, much like our emotions. Solutio requires us to let the tears flow, to soften the edges, to soak in the healing waters of our feelings. And then along the inside here, it says, if this card appears with the drowned king, it's a combination of another card, which we don't have here, so I won't bother reading that part. But yeah, surrender and become and return to our deepest self. So there we go. Those are our messages as we embark on the week. I feel a little bit better about getting myself ready for the work week ahead. It feels like I've got some things to embrace, some things to consider, some things to hold on to. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it resonated with you. If it didn't resonate with you, maybe ask yourself why. What part of it didn't resonate? And maybe it's something that you need to consider anyway. So anyway, if it did resonate with you, please click that like button, share this video with somebody that you know, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for joining me. Be well.